So right now we're working on a Hogwarts crest. We're working with Connor, who is a 4th grader at Lindbergh Schweitzer Elementary School. Say hi, Connor.
Hi.
Connor is in Harry Potter Club, and they are... Which book are you reading, Connor?
6th.
The 6th book. But we are making a crest out of paper-mache. What we've done first is we've cut a crest out of foam core. And we did this by projecting, using an opaque projector. We projected the Hogwarts crest from the Warner Brothers website onto the board and then cut it out. We used scissors, which is why our edges are a little rough, because we wanted to use stuff that every kid could use, but I recommend using an X-Acto knife. It goes so much quicker, but X-Acto knives aren't really good for little fingers. And as you can see, what we've done is we've taped on some cardboard cut in the shape of the parts that we want raised. And then we have used hot glue to add dimension. And you can do the hot glue later if you like, after you've done all your paper-mache. But we've done it so that we can follow the lines. And Connor is paper-macheing over to give added dimension to the Hogwarts crest. And what he's trying to do right now is press into all those indentations so that when you're finished, because this is going to be a gold crest, there's not going to be a lot of color on it, you'll see all the different characters. Okay, and after, we'll show you what it looks like after we finish paper-macheing. Okay, so after you're finished paper-macheing the entire shield, then you put a coat of gold paint or gold spray paint, and you can see the definition that's starting to appear from the glue, and we can add a little more glue to help define that definition, and then put a second layer of spray paint on. You kind of see, there's the detail. You kind of see the outline of the lion here. So we're just going to add a little more definition with the glue. Okay, so now that we've added our first layer, I've gone back and defined, you can kind of see the glue. I've defined all the characters with the glue, and I'm going to add a second layer of gold spray paint. So you can see how the glue is kind of shining on top to add a little bit extra definition to like the fleur-de-lis and all the leaf and then campus type scrolling. So the next thing we're going to do after that is we're going to add a rub of brown and gold mixed together. So, but first, one more layer of gold spray paint. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we have a mixture of, okay, so this is our original picture, okay, that we're kind of going off of from the Warner Brothers website. So we have a mixture of a darker gold paint and a little bit of round, a little bit of black, so that's going to give the accent color. So, and a little bit of water. Okay, so we're going to paint this over the top of the other, and then, and make sure we get into all the creases, and then, after we paint it on, we're going to use a wet paper towel or wet sponge, whichever you prefer to use, and take that off. I'm going to rub it in, and it starts to make it a little bit lighter. And then we're going to take a dry paper towel and rub some of that color right off. And you'll see that it just leaves it in the divots, so that you'll really start to see it look aged, and you'll start to see all that dimension pop out. So you can see over here, not too much dimension. Over here you can see all the nooks and crannies, lots of dimension. I'm just going to keep on going and do the whole piece. And the next step we're going to have is we're going to use a small paintbrush and go in and define those shadows a little more. So right now, this is our next step. Okay, now we're going to go in using the same mixture of gold and black and brown paint. We're going to go in and add our shadows. Okay, so this will help create definition and the illusion that it's a little bit deeper than it is. So we're just going to go ahead and do, and also add definition to like the raven, add some more feathers in there, and then we'll come back after we finish that step. Okay, so now you can see that we've added the We've added the dark parts, kind of defined the animals so that you can see it looks more like a shield. And the last thing we're doing is writing in the motto at the end. So I'm just going to finish painting the motto. I'm just hand painting because it's just for kids. And then any spots where you want there to be a little more definition, you can add a little bit of black right along here. Add a little bit of black, and then take a little more of the gold and blend it in. It helps make that line a little more, it's a little more defined if you want some edges that are more defined. Okay. Okay, and here's our final shield. As you can see, this is the original download from the website. Very cool. If you have $75, please go to Warner Brothers Harry Potter shop and purchase it. And if you don't, you want to make them for your class, you want to do this for about $5 worth of product, some foam core and some paper mache. You can make your own, much less expensive version. Please don't sue me, Warner Brothers or J.K. Rowling.